Let's do it.
Okay, Yasmin, thank you very much for your time because I know that you are very busy and also for all the energy that I will ask you to understand my English. Actually, it will be the
No,
hardest thing
come
for
on.
me.
Come on.
And also the
I can
second
see your English.
the second thing that it will be harder in those next minutes that we will share together. It will the research for the tone to have in this like interview or meeting, because we are friends, but I want to interview you, because after the video of the song AIDA, we received a lot of questions about you and about your story, about your studies, for example, and I will ask you everything in the next questions. But first of all, how are you? And if you want to explain to our public, our audience actually, where you are now, because you are not in Palestine and we have to wait to check the exact hour from Europe to where are you?
America.
From Europe to
Arkansas.
America. I let you talk.
First of all, hi everyone. I'm so glad to meet you today. And thank you, Luca, for this chance that you gave me to speak about my story through this interview. And thank you so much for the great video that you made for the song. It was really amazing. I showed all my friends and family members. They were so happy with this video. I think it's very expressing, and it's really showing my story as it is. And it's really great. Now, I'm living in America for having my master's degree. After I climbed Kilimanjaro, I had my bachelor degree in psychology. Then, like, climbing and studying just contributed in my life. I felt that I have big ambitions at these two aspects in my life. Every time I want to achieve something new, to give hope to other youth and giving back to my society, because I know that I can do and inspire other people through my work and climb. I usually try to, through every experience, to give back to the society. So what I'm doing now is having my bachelor degree in my master's degree in community psychology. So when I come back to Palestine, I would work with the community to change people's attitude toward people with disability. And it's like something critical for me because, as a person with disability, I faced lots of difficulties. And I assume it's not only in Palestine, everywhere people with disability are facing difficulties in their lives. So I felt that, okay, I need to do something for that. But I can't do it without knowledge needed for this subject. So I am here in Arkansas University. I'm studying English for my academic experience, which is gonna start next August. I'm doing a lot of things. I show my friends your video, and they were asking me to share it with them. I said, "Sorry, I can't. It's not published yet." And I'm glad now you are publishing, so I can share it with my friends too.
Now it's totally free. You can share it wherever you want, wherever you want. And good luck for your upcoming studies and
Thank you
your
so much.
upcoming masters. And I was thinking, when you talk about disability, you use the word people with disability. And
Yeah.
the last summer I was in Zambia working in a center that took a live part in fight in a complex in the capital city of Zambia, Lusaka, in a complex neighborhood called Kanyama, like the bidonville, like the slums, and some voluntary, her name was Ilenia, told me about the importance of the word, and to let's start to say not to say disabled people, but to say people with disability, because also the perspective where you put yourself while talking about those things change the point of view, and change
Yes.
the meaning
Yeah.
actually in the
Yes, yes.
in the end. But whatever, I have a lot of things to ask you. We asked the people on Instagram and on Facebook to collect, to send us some questions for you. And one of the first questions was about your study, and now you told us about your study. And what about your study before the USA experience?
Yeah. So I have my bachelor degree in psychology. I graduated from Al Najjar University, one of the biggest universities in Palestine, which is located in my city, in Nablus. And I graduated actually 5 years now, but as an ambitious person, I can't stop there. I need to get more information and learn more, and I want to give back to the society. And knowledge is power. And now I'm eating knowledge, if that expression works. It's really intensive courses.
I told you that you are like an ant with the wings. That one who walk until the top of things to get fly
Oh,
to
thank
start
you.
to start flying, and so you are already walking on your roads. This is great. And the second thing is made by question about your story. For example, what happened you when you were actually, I know that you were a little girl when that accidents happened to you and changed your life and your family life, actually, I think.
Yeah. I had a truck accident when I was 3 years old. And as a result of this accident, I lost my right leg above the knee. I was playing with my cousins and my brother in my grandmother's house when a big truck entered the gate of my grandmother's house and just step over me. The problem was the delay to reach to the hospital and to get the medical care needed on time. After I had the accident, I went to every hospital in Nablus. They weren't able to give me the medical care needed. And after 9 hours, I managed to get the permission from the Israeli authorities to enter Jerusalem. So where I can get treated there. So it was really hard in my family, actually. Especially I had the accident during the second Intifada, which was really hard to move between cities and just travel safely in Palestine.
Between 2000 2002, something like that.
Yeah. The Intifada was at that period, but for me, I had my accident in 2000.
2000.
Yes, and I was forced to go to Jerusalem, and my family were supposed to travel every day from Jerusalem to Palestine and from Palestine to Jerusalem. It wasn't safe. My mother was pregnant. It was really hard on my family, to be honest. I had other siblings that time. I had two other siblings. They were like a part of my parents. It was like very heavy mentally and physically in my family. So after that, I had my prosthetic leg. I returned back home. I went to school. I started playing with my friends, practice, like living my normal life, it was something good, but I always felt that, okay, I want to do more. I want to live more. I want to do as much as I can. I want to experience many things in my life. So recently, like, we were speaking about fishing with my family here, because I'm living with a host family, with host American family, and they were asking me to go fishing with them, and I said, okay, it's my childhood dream. They told me, okay, the other day that you told us your childhood dream is to go to the diamond mine, or a stone mine. I said, I was a dreamer. What should I do?
I mean, in Arkansas now, you don't
Oh
have
yeah.
the sea so close, so much closer.
No, it's not, but like, we have rivers and lakes
Ah,
here.
okay, okay.
But I have lots of studies too. So I was captured at the house, not going anywhere because of my study and my exams.
Of course, you have to study
So I'm
hard.
waiting for my vacation so I can do many things.
And I will stop you because the third and the fourth actually question are like into that part, related to that part that you were talking about after the accident, because someone told me to ask you how started your passion with the mountains, your relationship with the mountains in Palestine, and the other part is how the occupation of Palestine, the Israeli occupation of Palestine, will enter into your childhood. And I know,
Good.
because we know for actually a quite long time now that those two things are related: the passion with the mountains and the occupation, and to
Yeah.
reinforce your will to go on the top,
Yeah.
and then
Actually,
we will come to the Kilimanjaro.
okay. Actually, it's like hard to have these two things, the most beautiful things in life for me, and the ugliest thing that I ever face in one category, feeling that you are going to express your passion for mountains and climbing, while combine it with something so ugly like occupation. For me, I was living in a beautiful house in the mountains. Um, I wasn't able to reach to the top of the mountain, not because of my disability, but because of the Israeli occupation. Not because I'm a girl in a conservative society, but because of the Israeli occupation. We are Korean, suffering from the Israeli settlers and settlements. You visited Burin. It's really beautiful village. Actually, I want to hear from you more about your um, impressions and how you see the mountains of Burin. And is it hills or really really big mountains, as Louisa, my
Those are
friend,
really big
said?
heels. I know that you go
Ah,
that you go upset if I told you that those are only very big heels, but actually it was a really beautiful place and scenarios over Burin, because we see a lot of olive trees, a lot of hills with the signs of the creation of the earth, when there was we called in Italian orogenesis, the birth of the mountains. We have those kind of stripes on the side of the hills, and we see like terrains with the olives, and it was really a quiet place. They actually a little bit windy, because maybe I will show now a little clip with
yes.
with that kind of wine that we were exposed to. But
Yes, but maybe you visited Palestine
in
in
December, yeah,
January,
January, it was
when we were in the middle of winter.
that's that's our fault actually. That's our
No, but
fault.
actually it was great timing. It's
Really,
really
it was.
special.
We stayed with your family. We feel that warm feeling. As I told to your mom, actually, I feel to be at home, far away from home, and it was the best thing that can happen during a trip. Actually, I remember these important things in Burin, to be in Burin with also with your grandmother and actually grandmothers, because we met
Yes,
both
both of them.
both of them, and with your father, with your lovely sisters and your brother. We learned to dance the dabka, that is like the typical dance that is important to keep alive the Palestinian identity, and I got that. And we went also to a merry, how can we call
A
it,
marriage,
is for
yes, to
the
celebration, henna celebration, and the wedding the
okay.
next day.
It's called the Henna celebration in Burin
Yes.
with all the city, all the males actually, and then you and Chiara reached us in this big playground with a concert, with dancing. There was also a man with a Kalashnikov that was shooting at the air to make some like fireworks to celebrate. Actually, it was really amazing. And then the day after, we've been in Nablus. It was really an amazing place, and we could see also the problems. And the day we were there is actually all quiet, but we see, for example, the bypass road, because we have to remember to our audience that those part of Palestine is divided into three areas. That was area
Yes.
A, under the fully controlled by Palestinians, the area B with the controlled by Israeli for the security, actually, and the Palestinian for the authority, municipality, something like that, and the area C, that is fully under Israeli control for the both security and municipality.
Okay.
We could see in Burin all the area C part that you were not able to reach anymore, and the big settlement of Itzhar. Itzhar
Yeah.
is called
Yes,
something
it's
like
Har and
that,
Bracha.
or Har Bracha.
This is that. Yes, this is the two big settlements that occupied the top of the mountains in Burin, and unfortunately, they stole big part of our village. Like my village is out of 32,000 acre, and what remains is so few. Most of our land is area B and area C, around like 7,000 acre left, and most of it area C. So we don't have control on it. If you want to build or if you want to visit this area, we need coordination between the Israeli and Palestinians. Even for the olives harvest season, the farmers cannot reach to this area without coordination. And this is really sad. When I felt that, okay, I can't reach to the top of the mountain because of the Israeli settlements, it's hard to reach our land for harvest, the olive trees, or just visiting your place, your property. You want to enjoy the spring, for example. You can't. You can't. But I wanted to deliver this message to the world. I want to say no for these things. I want to say no for the occupation, no for occupying our land, harass, like violate our rights as Palestinians. And for me, I wanted to do it on my way. So what I've done, I climbed one of the highest peaks around the world to deliver this message. When Palestine Children Relief Fund, which is non-profit organization, who helped me to travel to many places to get the medical care needed for my prosthetic leg, uh, because the Israeli authorities stopped giving me permission to enter Jerusalem in 2006, I wasn't able to get the medical care needed. With the help of this organization, I was able to travel to many places to do so. So when they asked me if I would like to travel with them to Kilimanjaro to raise funds for other children who are suffering the same situation that I face, I said, yes, I would love to do that. I want to give back to you. I want to say thank you in my own way. And at the same time, I want to deliver my mountain message. I want to say, as a human being, as a Palestinian, what I'm living in Palestine. Because I know this is not the normal life. This is not the normal life for having like checkpoints. You have your health occupied. You have someone attacks you whenever they want.
Because while we were editing the video, the other guy with me, Andrea, that was editing the video with me, a close friend of mine, told me, "Oh my God, but I didn't get that the settlers and the Palestinians walking through the same streets or passing to the same streets with their car, because we see the bypass road to reach the settlement
Yes.
that are close with the RSC, but in town, for example, like Huara, that we see in this period is so
Yeah.
warm city for all those recent things that happened there. There was like tension, an everyday tension, like into the streets, because we have Palestinians
Okay.
and settlers walking through the same streets, and the last thing that I would to remember is that all the settlements are illegal to international law.
Yes, I want to clarify this part. When we are saying Israeli settlements, that means a Palestinian land stolen and occupied by Israeli citizens. And these Israelis are not only citizens, they are armed, they have their own weapons, they can attack a Palestinian at any time they want, and they won't get punished for that. They used our main roads. They use special roads made from the Israeli government. Some roads are forbidden for Palestinians. If you, for example, if you get lost on the road, for example, and you entered by coincidence to an Israeli settlement, you may be killed, and it happens multiple times. Like one time we were going to Jericho, and by coincidence we entered to the entrance of the settlements, because there is really big main roads and there is no clear directions, and we were like the whole family. All of our car was full. So when they saw us, they started to shoot at, they targeted us with their weapons, and they said, "Oh, what you are doing here? It's an Israeli settlement. You don't know that?" They said, we lost. But for example, we were a family there, so they didn't do anything with us. But if you were a man alone in the middle of the street, you are suspected. You are here on purpose. So it's really hard. It's really dangerous to move around. Like also, you saw when you come to Palestine, the main checkpoints, that it's really dangerous for the Palestinian, because if you pass through these checkpoints, walking, for example, you are suspected by the Israeli soldiers, so you may be shooted at that time. It's really dangerous. It's really big violations against our rights, human rights in Palestine. And I really wanted to say that through my climbing.
And I think
actually living here in Arkansas was a bit weird, because in Palestine, for going to my university, I had, for example, to it took me my way to the university took me around 1 hour because of the checkpoints and delays, and sometimes, especially at these days, my sisters are most of the time are not able to reach to Nablus city for studying. But now the front door of my house is exactly by the university. I have no difficulties to reach wherever I want, whenever I want. Like the only thing that can stop me is the traffic jam. Nothing else, you know? It's something really makes you feel the abnormality of the situation of the Palestinian. Because back home, before coming here, I was working in Ramallah, which is a different city in Nablus, in Palestine. So I had to drive for 1 hour. And sometimes this 1 hour become 2 or 3 hours because of because they closed the checkpoints.
Actually, when we came from Ramallah to Burin, that is south in the south part of Nablus, it took us like 45 minutes, 50 minutes, something like that, and it was strange because the taxi left us on the junction with the main road. I think that was the road one that is between Nablus and Ramallah. I said to the taxi driver, okay, it's fine, we can pay you and wait here for Yasmeen to pick up us and to reach her house in Burin. But the taxi driver said, no. Until she won't came here, I won't let you alone because we have the settlement right there, it's not safe. But to our eyes, it was really there was anything, the road and some, I remember some goat or some sheep around us, but the taxi driver told us that was not so safe to let us to be alone there, and it was really, it feel really bad to us to see those things that we are not used to, and it was really impressive for us to see the checkpoints, because when you picked up us, we went to the school, the Burin school.
Yes, the secondary
and
school.
at the end we see the bypass road that will reach the settlement, and there were like 2 or 3 soldiers armed that were starting to see us and to check if we were getting closer to them, or we will stay there, because we were around taking photos and making some video. So it's really a hard vibe to live with.
Actually, what they've done, they built an Israeli military tower at the northern wall of the school, secondary school, and they often attack the school during the school's day, when the children are inside their classes and taking classes. And it happened multiple times that the Israeli settlers attacked the school and they throw tear gas against the children and the students, while the Israeli soldiers protecting them. And sometimes the soldiers themselves attack the school. So, like, our school in Burin facing a huge danger and difficulties for students to live even a normal school day, you know, because to have like unarmed soldiers staying there all the time, 24/7, and like just being there during your school day is enough for students to feel conscious, to feel unsafe, to feel danger, to feel that they are not concentrated in their study, you know?
And it won't let you be free to grow up without those kind of thoughts or feelings of tension. Okay, we can.
Next question.
We can. So, next question. We have to come to your experience in Italy and talk about Assopace Palestina, because we have to remember that also our meeting together, me and you and Chiara and all our friends, we
Assopace.
and we have to say a big special thanks to Luisa Morgantini, that was the chief, the founder of Assopace Palestina. That was an organization, an Italian organization that talked to you about the Budrio Center that was in Emilia-Romagna region in Italy.
Yes.
Could you told us about the experience with Assopace and with the INAIL Center of Budrio and your experience in Italy, actually, with all
Okay. Actually, I want to send big thanks and big love to Assopace Palestina, to Luisa Morgantini, for Italian people. I really had beautiful days in Italy. Actually, I felt belonging there because actually my friends here told me, "Oh, you are quarter Italian because you have an Italian leg." So I've been to Italy multiple times. I had a project to climb one of the highest peak in the world, the Push Peak in Himalayas. Before the pandemic, I was preparing myself to go to this summit. I organized everything. I started to practice. I organized totally, completely everything, but the only thing left is my prosthetic leg, and I want to have a good prosthetic leg that led me to climb one of the mountain peaks. So what happened that I called Louisa. I said, "Look, Louisa, I'm ready. I'm doing my best. Everything is ready, but I need to have a good prosthetic leg." She said, "Okay, we can do that with Emilia Romagna region." And she had speaking with many people in Italy to help you with that issue. And that's what happened. Like after we had this conversation, she said, "Yasmeen, we are ready and willing to host you in Italy to have a new prosthetic leg and one of the best centers in Europe, Budrio Inel Center." So
And that was in 2019.
19, yes,
Am
yes.
I correct?
Actually, I came to Italy. I had my prosthetic leg. It was really amazing professional leg. When I had my prosthetic leg, the first thing that I wanted to do is to climb. Then I went to the north of Italy. I climbed with the Club Alpino Italiano. It was really great experience. I met many amazing Italian climbers. Actually, like my experience in Valtellina, the north of Italy, was really amazing. It was my first time climbing on the glacier. I can't be thankful for this experience.
Because
It's really something amazing, you
you've
know?
you've been in a lot of parts of Italy, actually, because you were in Sicily, and then
Yes.
you of
And
course you
Rome,
started from
Milan.
Rome, Milan, Bologna. Before Milan, you've been in Bologna, maybe
Yes.
Parma, Genova, and then you went into Val d'Aosta where you climbed with the Kai, and then you came in
Yes.
Valtellina with the Kai Valfurva that they took you to the to
Mountains.
the Forni
Actually,
Glacier.
we had many meetings that gave me the chance to express my message through climbing. I share my experience climbing Kilimanjaro. I really had a great time to express my ideas, express what we live in Palestine. And after that, climbing in Italian mountains is really amazing. It's really great. Luciano and the other climber, I love them so much, and I can't wait to come back to Italy to climb again. Actually, after I had this prosthetic leg after I climbed Valtellina's mountains. I went to Valfurva Glacier. I returned back to Palestine. I started rock climbing in Palestine. I've been preparing for myself for a year, and after that, the pandemic started,
It changed all the
and
plans.
and there was lockdown all over the world. It was a big disappointment for me because I was ready. My climbing supposed to be at the end of March 2020, and the pandemic started at the beginning of March 2020. So everything delayed, everything stops, and after like we returned back to our normal life. I wasn't able to do so because my prosthetic leg needed to be repaired, needed to be
Fixed.
I needed to, yes, I needed to re-prepare everything.
But the
I've
good
already
part,
made
the
for
good part of all of this is that you came back to Valtellina in 2021, because otherwise you were lost in Nepal, or maybe I don't know, in Tibet, in China, in India. But you came back to also to
yes,
Valtellina.
yes.
You came back in Italy with Assopace to fix the prosthetic leg.
Yes,
And
yes.
to
And I had like a long tour around Italy. I spoke about Palestine, about our life in Palestine, why I'm climbing, and all these details. It was really amazing. Now I'm looking for my new peak, which is having my master's degree, but I'm still planning to continue climbing La Push Peak and many other mountains, especially here in America, because they have beautiful landscape. They have Rockies too. So I really have a great ambition at this part.
For now, you are climbing books, but then you will start with the Rocky Mountains of America.
Don't remind me. It's my break.
And I wanted to add that those trip to Italy that you did, we filmed the images of you on the glacier, and actually I have to thank Nicola, because the images of you on the glacier are not filmed by me, but from Nicola Zambelli, that is a great filmmaker and a big director, and is
Yes.
in the crew that made a big film that went out some month ago. It's called Sarura, and talks about the popular resistance, non-violent resistance in the South Hebron Hills, in the south of Palestine. And it was really great. You can find it in on internet, and the video on the you walking with Luciano on 2021. I filmed it with you. We went to
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
highest part of the Valtellina. Actually, Valfurva is called that place. To the Solaz is the
You
specific
know, you
place.
know, it's really great to experience moment of freedom, you know. And in Valtellina, I was able to feel free, and I felt like I'm unstoppable. You know, it's something really crazy, really inspiring. I'm really thankful for Luciano and other climbers, for Club Alpino Italiano, for giving me this chance to climb in the Alps and to being my friends and this amazing journey and being part of my climbing journey. You know, it's something extraordinary because it's not easy to climb with a prosthetic leg, and they understand that. They understand how I can manage to climb even with a prosthetic leg. And
Yes,
you
you.
know, having this mentality was really important for me to enjoy my time in climbing. Like
Yes, because
I
you
was,
were really unstoppable because you started in Tirano where we stay all night long until the 2 o'clock, the 2 a.m. talking, me and you, and then the day after we go into the valley walking with Luciano, and then we went to the gym to climb
yes,
into the
yes.
gym, no, indoor, and you were really unstoppable.
It was really amazing. It's really amazing experience. It was really amazing memories. And I'm really thankful and grateful for this
A-
opportunity.
And about the difficulties to climb with the prosthetic leg, I have to remember also the other part that I stole actually for the video. That's I'm guilty, but that's my
No,
confession.
you're not.
Actually, you are my
Yes.
witness, and that about your achievement reaching the Kilimanjaro peaks in Africa, in Tanzania, actually. There was a wonderful documentary filmed by Alagrubi Studio that is free. It's on YouTube, searching like Climb of Hope.
Movie, yes.
Climb of Hope movie. I stole some images of you reaching the Kilimanjaro peaks in the climax of the song. We
Yes.
put this
Okay. I
achievement.
want
You,
this.
uh,
I have a question for you.
yes.
Okay. Why you chose my story to present AIDA song?
So, the AIDA song was initially written about a story. Actually, I don't know specifically if it's a legend or if it's a real story because they told me as it was a real story, but I don't know. When I visited the AIDA camp, AIDA refugee camp, the first time in 20, my first time in Palestine was in 2017. Someone told me about the name of this refugee camp that was AIDA. AIDA was the name of an elderly woman that every day was preparing coffee for all the camps. Actually, I think that she had a kind of coffee shop. Mm. When I was in Palestine, there was a lot of rage growing inside me because I went to other, I don't know how to call it, like a war zone, like into the Balkans, but it was 20 years after the wars. This warm situation, it's not so warm. It was like 20 years after the people were seeing to going on. Okay, in
Okay.
Palestine, I see all these problems with the human rights actually in front of my eyes. But because when you see the settlement, you can't to be indifferent to this type of things, and this make started to growing up in me some rage. But when I want to when I decided actually to write the song, I don't want to focus it on the rage that was grew up in me, but I was focused on searching the bright side of Palestine, and that for me the bright side of Palestine was this resistance day by day that I discovered that you called sumud, something like that,
Yes.
the day
Yes.
by day
Sumud.
resistance.
Yes.
And the Sumud resistance for me, to me, it was the AIDA that was preparing the coffee every day in the morning, and the smell of coffee reach all the people that discover and open their eyes to another day, another fighting day, of course, another beautiful day, also in this disparate situation of the refugee camps. And but the smell of coffee will passing the wall and reach the nose of the soldiers as well. It's able to go everywhere, and it was my idea to develop after the songs. And when I was searching about a symbol, like someone who can represent this bright side that I see in Palestine during the meetings with people, during the exchange that we had with people in Palestine, because it's a very welcoming population, it's a very warm population, and has a very lovely relation with Italians, because when we say that we coming from Italy, everyone give us to coffee, give us a hug, and it was really an exchange, a human exchange with the Palestinian people.
Yes.
When I meet you with Luisa and Assopace, I saw in your story, in your talks, in your determination, in your vision, actually, this bright side of Palestine, because I think that also in the video, the first things that came out were your smilings, for example, and your big strengths that fight against, for example, the disability, or against the limits. Limits that can be physical, can be materials like a wall, can be, and then the great things is that we find that part of the wall with the writings, walls are meant for climbing, because you see that, because I was passing away and
Yeah.
I hadn't seen that right on the wall, but you stopped me. I don't know if you remember me.
Yes, I remember
Okay.
that. I said, okay, take this part.
Yes.
From here, the picture would be like fully presented in the camera.
Because actually you were the director in that part. And you stopped me, like, and right there, when we can see this big wall, this is very close to the AIDA camp, and we were in Bethlehem, actually, in the park, because we were in the area A, and
Yes.
and
Next to the wall.
next to the wall, near the Banksy Hotel. I have some questions, some quickly question about. We were talking about the wall in Bethlehem, and someone told me, who is the girl painted on the wall? Because in the last part of the video we saw you
Yes.
walking with a big murales, a paint. I know,
Yes,
but I
actually,
want you to talk.
yeah. I would like to speak about Ahed. Ahed is a very strong Palestinian girl who's from Nabi Saleh. It is a small village near Ramallah. She got arrested in her childhood. She was at the last year at her high school, and she's really strong woman, very strong. And when she was arrested at that time, people expressed their anger in many ways. And one of them to draw her picture on the wall, which was which is part of our way to express our feelings as a Palestinian, to draw drawings on the wall. So you have many, actually thousands of pictures to many people, expressing many ideas, like Banks's masterpieces. They were drawn too on the wall. So she's Ahmed Tamimi, and I'm really proud of her.
We have the second question related to the wall. That was, we saw two Banksy painting on the wall, where you are walking through, and was that painting the real one, made it from Banksy?
Yes.
And
Yes.
the answer is
yes.
those are the true, because Banksy made also an hotel, the Walled Off Hotel in Bethlehem,
Yes.
near close to the
Yeah.
to the wall. Maybe
And
if I can edit the video, we stayed in January. We stayed for one night in that hotel, and it was
Yes.
incredible, because we had a lot of
Oh,
art
wow.
in our room. It was made like a dorm room from the English army during the British Mandate. It was crazy. It was totally insane. That museum, and also the hotel as itself. It was really, really incredible. So those are really the true Banksy pictures.
Yes, the originals.
The original one. Then someone saw in the video the TED Talks and wrote to me, "Is that TED Talks? Is TED Talks happening also in Palestine? Can you tell something about this?"
Yes, it is TED Talk. I had the honor to speak at TED Talk platform in Birzeit University. It was an event 1.5 years ago in Palestine, and they chose my story to be presented at this platform. So I was honored to speak about my travel to Kilimanjaro, my experience in climbing in Valtellina and in Italy. Yeah, I spoke about my story on that platform.
Someone talks about the first part of the video and ask you to explain which city is the first that we can see, the one not the one with the wall but the one with the green mosque.
Yes, it is my beautiful city, Nablus city. We were in the old city of Nablus. It's really amazing and authentic city. It has lots of good sweets. And
I am addicted to knafe. That is a special sweet that I suggest to try to everyone.
Yeah, actually, I missed kunafe the most part in Palestine. I missed kunafe. And when my family called me, usually when we had a call, "Do you Yasmeen miss us?" I said, "Okay, you are like at the third place after mountains and kunafa." Sorry for that, but I'm being honest.
Now I have one question right here on my phone. It's the last one that came to me, and it's like, what is the meaning to be a young Palestinian in 2023 that has access to the knowledge about the ordinary life, for example, in Europe, through internet and through the social media, and see that someone cares about Palestine, but a lot of the media forget Palestine in the news or something like that. Does this let grow in you a rage, resentment, or you see internet like an instrument to let the people know about Palestine and what you
Actually, at this point, as Palestinian, we differentiate between people and news tools like TV, newspapers, and all these things. But we can see clearly the support of people here in Europe, especially in Italy. I have lots of friends who publish and wrote about Palestine and wrote about their experience in Palestine, and it's really makes me feel warm, because our story is being told, Of course, we feel disappointed when we see the formal news are not expressing our ideas, our message, our right to be free as Palestinians. But we believe that we can do the difference we want to see in the world by climbing, by writing about our stories, about presenting our cause in different ways that really can help people to understand the reality and the truth in Palestine and our rights as a Palestinian to live freely in our home, in our lands. So yes, we are on our way.
And for the last question, someone asked you what is your favorite place for climbing in Palestine and when you will came back in Valtellina. But first of all, I have to thank also Azer Zukayar. It was the director that filmed you climbing in Palestine, and that sent to me some images of her footage that was really great for a filmmaker. It was really great to have those kind of images. And the part where we can see you climbing, it was like in Ramallah, actually.
Yes,
It was
actually,
Ramallah because
my favorite part is obviously Bureen's Mountains. Okay, and then I can say.
But in Burin, you have a place to climb with a rope.
No.
No, it's like climbing, like
It's
walking
like
on the top.
hiking. It's like
Okay,
hiking, more
hiking.
hiking than climbing. But for me, it's the mountains. So it's mountains. I can express my love as much as I can. So this is the first place. Okay, this is where my passion born. Okay, then Ain Farah. It's Ain Farah. It's a place for rocky climbing in Palestine. It's near Jerusalem. We usually go there every weekend. We used to go there every weekend. It's really amazing place. It's really, you know, you feel yourself as a climber. It's very high cliff. It's around 45 meters high. And we can climb there all day long because not the whole cliff faces the sun. So it won't be hot all the time. So we have the cliff is that way. So we can climb this way in the morning and the other way in the evening. So it's the only place in Palestine you can climb for the whole day long, you know? So it was really amazing. It's really beautiful. You can see beautiful landscape, introduced to many new animal life, wildlife. It's really amazing place. It's really amazing place.
You have to show us next time we will come back in Palestine for the third time. We can go there to climb together. And some people asked me and told me that they want to know you, to shake your hands and to know about you because your smiling is contagious. And so they asked me when you will come back in Valtellina.
Oh, wow. Send them my warmer greetings, my love, and I'm really looking forward to meet them too. Until now, I'm not sure yet, but hopefully after I finish my master's degree.
Maybe when you will came back from the USA to Palestine,
Yeah,
we can
so
start
I can come
with
to
the
Italy
parachute.
first and then say hi to Valtellina's mountains and then come back to Palestine to greet my family.
That's great. We wait for you. So, Yasmeen, I will give you a big thanks, a big hug, electronic hug through the device. And thank you very much for your time. I know that you are going for lunch now, actually, because it was like noon.
It's the lunchtime. Yes.
In Arkansas, it is noon.
Yeah.
Here in Italy, it's dinner time. I don't know. I plan to sing the song together, but I don't know with the connection through USA and Italy if we can sing together. But maybe we can do the outro.
I'm gonna clap my hands because I can't memorize the words. Actually, I need to memorize.
So for the outro part, I will play for you AIDA because, as you said before the interview, now it's your songs. You stole the song from the elderly woman.
I proudly stole your beautiful song.
Okay, that's AIDA in the home version. Chiederemo a Maria come amarci a distanza senza malinconia. Chiederemo ad AIDA la verità sull'amore farlo restare in piedi mentre tutto fuori cade. Ma tu giurami che non ti allontanerai e non darai di matto. Giurami, anzi promettimi che ci ritroveremo in piedi dopo il coprifuoco. Faremo come gli insetti e i marinai che escono la notte coi pensieri più oscuri. E quando tutto questo vedrai finirà, noi torneremo a riva con canzoni a metà. Okay, I think that we can close our meeting on this part because I have also some sore throat and I can't continue.
Luca. It's like watching you live with playing this song. It's really amazing, you know? It's really amazing. Oh my god, I wish I were in Italy. Come on.
When we will come, we can make a featuring.
Okay, actually, I'm gonna memorize it.
Okay, in Italian. We want the text in Italian actually, because we have the translation, of course, but we want it in Italian. So thank you very much. Have a good lunch. A good luck. A very big hug and good luck for all your projects, climbing projects, and climbing of books, and your studying project, of course. But we know that you won't stay stuck in a place for a long time, or in a mental place for a long time, and then we will see you reach new achievement really soon. We are sure of that. And thank you
so
very
much
for being comprehensive with my English, but I think that the magic part with us is that also with my less level, my very lower level of English, we can understand each other together.
No, come on, you're speaking English.
Enough to be understood.
Yes, enough to deliver your thoughts, your ideas, your emotions. So
okay. Thank you. You're really kind.
More than this.
Thank you very much, Yasmeen. See you soon.
Thank you, Luca. I'm really proud of your work. I'm really proud of this song. I'm really proud of you personally. You are really inspiring. I can't wait to have you here in the US and to travel or climb together or do something together. I'm waiting for you, and then I'm gonna come and sing together in Italy and climb for sure. So,
of course,
guys, love you so much, and I'm so happy with these opinions about the song. I feel that it's really close to my heart because we really enjoyed doing that and filming that. I'm so happy that I was able to express and share with you how we live in Palestine, introduce you to my family. And I'm really happy when I see my family speaking about you, and they were happy to know you. And like send me messages. Oh, Luca texted me. He said this about the song, and Chiara texted me this about the song, and they were like super happy to stay in touch with you after your traveling back to Italy. And actually, they were super happy. Like, okay, our friends in Italy make this video, and he write the song and sing it with his band. They were so proud of you. It's really like make my heart warm.
Thank you very much. It's the best thing, not to do music only for doing music, but for a meaning, for a purpose of sharing something with the music. Thank you very much, and thank you also to all your lovely family, and see you soon.
See you. Bye bye.